Welcome to my growing area indoors. We've had nothing but terrible weather this year. It's already almost the end of October, which is the middle of spring, wherein most of these plants should be growing. But outside, we still get very cold or low temperatures during the day and what more at night. So a lot of the plants will not grow. So a lot of them I have actually brought inside and started propagating them. So this one was actually a crop from last year. So this has been growing in here under the grow light before, and when winter came, before winter we left for our trip, so I transplanted them into this IKEA colander in here. It's taking up a lot of soil, but that's the whole idea, is that they're able to hold a lot of moisture so that my plants can survive a long time even if I'm not here to water them. So there's no one else, helping me with my succulent. Nobody touches my succulents. So no one touches it. So what more, water it or look after it. No one's allowed to touch my plants. Hello there, my name is Liz, a self-confessed succulent addict. Welcome to my channel, Growing Succulents. I've got my soil mix in here. This is just my master succulent soil mix with my coarse granite, and this is now soil that I've taken off from other plants. So I just purchased some plants as well recently, and this is now cast off from plants that I've taken, or soil from the plants I've taken from the ones I've just recently acquired. So this has been my work area here. So it looks like a mess, but it's not a mess. They're all propagations. These ones are my Martin's hybrid that is ready now to be planted. Now I had this cut on the 26th of September, and that is now almost a month it took before it's growing roots. But I had this growing next to the window, northwest facing window, and then now it's ready to be, so indoors. This is indoors, because outdoors this still won't grow roots. Now my Martin's hybrid is ready to be potted, so that's why I brought it here. Now this one here is red tips, and you can see that there's all really nice roots growing out of there. So where it's been cut off, the stem, because these are babies sort of sticking out, so this is attached to the mother, so it's not even cut. I just pulled it off from the mums, and the tip, look at the tip, the stem there, it doesn't grow roots. Where the roots are growing, I just tip it all out, so every single one of them, that one already got some roots on the tip of the stem. That's because that stem is an older stem. If the stem is still young, it's not going to grow roots. It has to be a mature stem with a node. So the node is where the leaves or something, section wherein the roots can grow from. If it's a nice clean stem, say for example, like this one here, if you try and cut that and grow that area there is not going to form roots because there's no nodes. So you need nodes. I need some nodes. So that one, you can see this one, look, it's got nodes all the way along, and the tip, there was old roots that sort of dried off, but most of them are growing from the new stem. Now this one is a Echeveria bee's knees that I harvested from somewhere because it was growing on the side, and I think I knocked it. I can't remember anymore, but anyway, yes, you are bee's knees. And that's also a stem from that I pulled off. Actually, that got hit by the frost, and these are all the leaves that I pulled off. And look, I've got, do I have a baby? Yes. There's a tiny little baby. So this is definitely, I can see it there now, that got hit by the frost. So that's why I still didn't throw it away. And it was from the inflorescence. So that's an inflorescence from this stem here. That's where it came from, the small leaf. The bigger leaves came from the bottom here, which is also dried up now. Now other bits and pieces here, I got my lovely rose chopped off on the 19th, and they still haven't formed roots, I think. Oh, this one's already got roots to start off with, but I want to see new roots. Yes, there is new roots. So, the 29th, oh, 4 days. You're kidding. There's new roots. 4 days, there you go. So now they're ready to be potted up. Now, Bellamia. My friend Kanya just gave me a cutting of Bellamia. So that's why this one is a Subsicilis Bellamia. Now, this is white nun. I did not put a date on the white nun. I just want to chop it off, and look, I chop it off in the bottom and now new roots are forming. This is actually the flower stalk or the inflorescence that's growing. So this is the same thing. The top bit where the flower was, I just removed. You can see that, yeah. And the bottom I kept to plant again, and I removed some leaves all the way along just so I can have some leaf propagation. This one is, I think, the Echeveria Amithorum. It's the 14th of October for the Amithorum. So there's grape ones, which is the smaller ones, and also the larger one. Now, a lot of the plants that I have here are also flowering. I brought them in because we've been getting a lot of rain. So this one is Strictiflora that I really, really love. And last year, it did not flower. And this year, so I've had this for about 3 years now. So this is the first year that it flowered. And so I would really like to have some seeds or grow this from seeds. So it is a beautiful plant. Look at that. Look at the structure, and it gets all those red spots from there, and also the shape of the leaves is just gorgeous. So now this one now is my Strictiflora. So this is the Strictiflora that is struggling outside, and the same thing, I brought it inside because it's also flowering. So it hasn't opened up yet, so I haven't pollinated the plant yet, but I would really like to get some seeds from that as well. Now this is a slow growing plant, and this one, the minute I brought it in, she did not like the condition that it's in here and started forming all those callus scars on top of it. So, but still, I left it here because, okay, see, dry leaves as well. So the pot as well, I have to change this pot. This pot is only good for crassula, that sort of grows down or hangs down. Pendulous plants, anything that's sort of growing rosettes up above, is not an ideal pot for it, but it's so pretty that I thought it's small anyway, so I will need to transplant it, and then after it finishes flowering, I will transplant this Strictiflora. I think this is a Strictiflora. What are you now? I'm getting confused with my plants. It is a Strictiflora. Oh, Cross Lawi. Oops, I just knocked on. Never mind. But this is a Strictiflora Lawi cross. There you go. I'm getting confused now with my plants. So Strictiflora Lawi, that's why you need to have labels. Labels, very important. So now I don't want to cross-pollinate her with anything. I just want her to be cross-pollinated or self-pollination basically. So in here now also I've got, oh, I just got given, my friend Joanne gave me Echeveria Mini Bell Yellow Variegate, and it's just, she also gave me the pot before, and I did not put anything on it yet for the longest time. And so now when she gave me this plant yesterday, I thought, yeah, that is perfect for the pot that she gave me. So it's just really cute pot. It's just perfect. So the pot is pretty enough to catch your attention, but not too pretty to overshadow the mini bell. The mini bell just pops in it, I think, anyway. So this is my rolly. So this is my original Mummy rolly plant, and it's still got 2 heads, and I've already chopped off some rollies from that before outside in the garden, and they're growing so slow. And this is another new crop, so that's just chopped off from that one as well. Now my whimsy over here is taken from the other whimsy, and it has grown roots. It would be about, I don't know, 10 days. And this is now for the 4th time I'm pulling this out to show the roots of my Echeveria whimsy. Now let's go back. I'm sorry, whimsy, you are so tortured now. Okay, I'm a bad mummy. Now this Riga, this is my baby Riga. So I got my mommy Riga outside, and this baby Riga the mommy Riga has got one baby only. And I have taken leaves from the mommy Riga. Well, to be honest, I've taken inflorescence, so which means leaves from the flower stalk, and I propagated, and then now this is the result. But this baby inflorescence leaf grown Riga has produced lots of babies. So look, so now I need to separate that, so that's why I brought it here. And she was growing so slow as well outside, and I decided I'll bring you here under the grow light to make it fast. It's like super fast growing under the grow light. I'm not saying go get a grow light. I'm just saying from my experience, I love having the grow light because of our weather condition. The temperature just stays down or cool, and the plants don't like it. Now this one is Pachyphytum compactum. I've done a video of how I propagated these ones now. I've taken it from the other propagation station I've got outside. But this one's now, it has grown so fast. Look at that. So this is just in my master succulent soil mix, and also the leaves that were harvested, I've actually harvested some more. So these are the leaves that were harvested at the time. So if you can remember the video as to when it is, did I put a date? No, I did not. Hang on. But anyway, it would be at least 2 weeks. And look, there's all babies Pachyphytum compactum growing now again. And I also harvested some more leaves on the 19th, there you go, of October. So this one's here, still nothing, or it's just sort of pimpling up. It's just about to grow a pimple as well, a few of them. This lot here this is my PVN from last year that is growing outside. The sisters of this one, they were taken from the same time, and the difference, if left in the coconut core unattended, neglected, they don't grow very fast like this one. So they all were grown in similar condition to this. So once you grow them, or I grow them in the coconut core like this, it is best to remove it. And oh, look at that fat Ellen. So cute. Anyway, the Rumachere, I prefer to call them the Rumachere. Now, this is the smaller version because I've got two versions, a big one and a small one. So I still maintain that I believe the big one is Ellen and the smaller one is the Rumachere. This is a baby Graptopetalum amethystinum, or lavender pebbles, and I have taken a couple of inflorescence leaves from my mummy plant to just grow here because outside the rain is just hitting them and it's not ideal. So this is my second baby. The other baby has probably got 2 heads at least now. So this one I thought I'll leave you here and compare the two. This is the smaller one, or the weaker plant, basically. I look at it that way. And the other stronger plant has got 2 or 3 heads already, and this one has only got 1. So the weaker one I'm gonna put under the grow light, I thought, and see what happens. Now this one is Graptopetalum paraguayense bernalense variegata, which I love so much, and I have head chop the mummy plant. So the mummy plant is inside my grow tent with my grow light FC3000. So this one is the SP3000, and it doesn't cost $3,000. It is much cheaper than that. A friend of mine thought that the grow light cost $3,000, and she's like, I can't afford $3,000. I said, no, it's the model number. So SP3000 and FC3000 from MarsHydro. Hydro. Anyway, this one's now is my Nixana. Look how beautiful this variegated Echeveria Nixana is. Now these 3 plants here, 2 of them have got really strong variegations, and that one has got a slight variegation, but they all came from this Nixana over here. So that one has gone all white, but the babies in the bottom are still, that one is a leaf already grown, leaf, and that one is still attached to the mommy. And look how fat is the leaf. But anyway, so another leaves here, and then look, really big. So if you give them lots of water, well, I've been giving it lots of water, that's why it's getting so fat. And this one now, it almost looks like a Compton carousel, only shiny. This one now that you see is Echeveria Akai, another variegated plant, not mine. So as beautiful. So as this Graptoveria Mrs. Richards variegata, or variegated. So this one is actually belongs to a friend of mine as well. And I'm just looking after them for her because she just bought them. When the plants settled down, it all went like black, and I don't know where it came from. Maybe from the gassing when they get it from quarantine, because I believe this is imported from other countries. And when it comes to biosecurity or customs, they would separate these plants and gas them. Others actually, apparently, as I found out now from another friend of mine who used to import succulents from overseas, she said they actually sometimes dip it in liquid, because one of her parcels, she lost $7,000 worth of imports, succulents, because they dip it, the whole box, they dip the whole box in solution. So anyway, to kill the pests and the bugs, and it also killed all her succulents. When you do buy them, they are quite expensive. It's because of that. They have to recoup the costs of importation. It might be cheap to buy it overseas, but to bring it over to Australia, it costs quite a lot of money, and therefore justified by one plant. So this one, the Mrs. Richards right now, I think they're like 150 for one head. I don't even know if it's that big, because this is already quite big. I think maybe about that size there, which is quite small. So this one, I've already beheaded it. I've given her 2 of the Mrs. Richards head, and now it put out a lot of babies. Look at that. Look how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just from this side on that stem, and 6, 7, 8. This is only 2 weeks ago when I chopped them off. Anyway, this is my whimsy now that I chop, and let's go check out. See the roots coming out on this one now. So air chop, or if you, after head chopping, you put it just on air. This one, oh, look at all the babies down in the bottom. No roots yet. But if you have them in soil, like that one I've shown earlier, I don't want to pull her out again. They grow, that encourages them to grow more roots much quicker. So the soil in the bottom here is moist. So basically the soil is moist, pot it up, and don't water it. I haven't watered them yet. So the roots are encouraged to grow because the soil is moist. Now, these ones here now, I've got Echeveria, another variegated. There's a lot of variegated plants here. Echeveria Marialan. This is courtesy of Kanya from Sweet Eyes Succulents on YouTube. So I went over and bought a couple of plants. Anyway, so this is Halbinjeri variegated. Still small, but perfectly full. Anyway, so I've got a whole lot of other different plants here. My Romeos that I chop as well here. And these are 2 Hoshikage, grown in the same soil, same pot, grown in the same condition. And one is just, I don't know, at the front, one at the back. I don't understand why they look different. It's probably because they're hybrid. So one is looking like the father and the other one looks like the mother. So now, grow light doesn't have to be expensive. You can get a cheap grow light as long as you have something to encourage the plants or your succulents to grow, basically, and color up. Now this one here is also my leaf grown Echeveria exotica. So now this one is under the grow light. Hang on. Just the color, oh my goodness, look at that. It's just so gorgeous. The pink, it already had started growing yellow on top, but then that one there got another mother plant outside that's gone yellow. It's like looking like it's variegating. So anyway, I put it here and they all went pink. So that one is still, I can still see some yellowing there, but it looks like it's going to variegate because there's lines of yellow and pink. So hopefully that will variegate. Now this is now, oh, my moon glow. I saw the moon glow. I saw the moon glow. This is also from Kanya. So I bought a cuttings from her, and so that's just sitting there with no roots, no nothing. So put toothpick around it so it doesn't fall over, because you can easily knock it around. And I like the pot. I love this pot. It's okay. The color of the pot sort of complements the plant. So I beheaded or head chopped my opalina for the first time. This is on the 3rd of October when I chop them, and look at all the babies growing out of it. The leaves are huge. Look how big. It's like a spoon. Now they're all growing, and look at that one. One is like pink, the other one's green, maybe because it's in the shadow. The other one's yellow. Nevertheless, I don't know where the mummy head went. Somewhere. Oh, there it is. Yeah, the mummy head, look how beautiful that is. It's gone pink and gorgeous. Now, I beheaded my West Rainbow, and when I beheaded it, look, the two of them, the most beautiful ones I've got, these two are already babies from the mummy, and the mummy is here. And the mummy is growing another pup. I think that's the last hurrah. That's the last baby for that mummy West Rainbow. So that was cut off on the March 30th, 2020. And from last year, March, a year and a half later, I've ended up with a 1, 2, 3, which is over there, my West Rainbow, and also my Mariah. I was able to take my yellow, it's not yellow right now, but my yellow Variegate Mariah, and 3 West Rainbow over there. So anyway, I could go on, and just to show you, I've already potted up my Nixana Variegata, and look how beautiful the color of that one is. And I got more Lenopetalum guttatum from Kenya. Oh, this one, Magic Red. How are you doing? Oh, look at the roots on my Magic Red. I chop off the roots that's ready to be planted as well. And it's reverting back. So this is, if you haven't seen a video of the Magic Red, well, go have a look please take a look on my channel and take a look at the Magic Red video. There's a short one and a bit longer one. Why you shouldn't, I think you're best watching the longer one because it explains it better. But the Farina do come back after a while, so a couple of months later, less than a couple of months. Oh, there's a baby coming out on the side as well. And the baby's gonna come out Magic Red, I don't know. Now, Kante, oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. So Kante, I had chopper Kante. I brought in a few of my Romeos in here because I'm trying to pollinate the seeds. So pollinating, I've taken the pollen from my Romeo here and cross it with my Laulensis here. So these Laulensis, they're just beautiful. The color actually faded when I brought it inside. So it's only been here for a week, and it's also flowering. So I just crossed. So this still contains the pollen from the Romeo to the Laulensis over here. And now I need to, this is already my Taurus here that I've cross-pollinated. And you can see the seed pods now, look. It's forming a star. So this is about to dry up another 2 weeks. And this would completely dry up, that one there. And when it starts to open up, that's the time to harvest it. The rest of them, I have to wait till they open up. So they're still closed, so you can see the difference. And this one, I can see they've been pollinated because they're fat. This is my Echeveria Salsa Verde that got hit by the frost. And then after it got hit by the frost, it got hit by mealybug. And I only had one plant. This is 2 years old, 2.5 years old with me. And there you go. It's actually Caniculata cross longissima, otherwise known as Salsa Verde. Now, how many plants do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five new babies, or 6, maybe 6. So I decided to bring her in because it was only a pimple before, but now it's a full-blown plant. So from a pimple, it graduated to an acne, from an acne into now beautiful succulent babies. Now also, so I'm gonna keep her here because outside is no good. So if it gets too hot as well and I don't keep up the watering with the Salsa Verde because they got thin leaves, they will just wither and die. They will suck the life out of the juice of the leaves and feed themselves, and in the process it dies. Anyway, and so in here now she can grow to maturity until I can harvest the 4. And I'm probably gonna have another new one. But anyway, this one now, my exotic mutant. I call them mutant because when they were grown as a leaf, they all had funny shapes. And so now they're growing normally now. Normally, I don't know, normally, are you gonna be normal? but they're green because I brought them in here, and because outside they were just so slow. Most of them were like half the size of what they are now, only 3 weeks, and they have shoot off. My Go 61 that was in one of my videos that was sitting there, now I've already planted it here. This is another plant that's unknown. I don't know where it came from. I don't have a name for it. I found it in the bottom of my shelf, so I brought it here, but it's now unknown. So anyway, I've already propagated some string of hearts as well. This is my variegated string of hearts that I got a cutting from Jemmy Jam, and now I've propagated. Look how many I've got from like a 6-inch piece of string of hearts, and now I've grown so many. And then the oldest string of hearts that I've got, that I bought like 3 years ago, still hasn't grown. So this one I got from another, I bought it from the whole market for $3. It was only like a couple of inches long or something, 3 leaves or whatever. I think $1 a leaf. And now it's grown, but this is like almost 3 years. So anyway, I've got a whole heap of stuff in here. Also, yes, I've got some, I can't remember the name right now, but this is like a minty whatever plant that I've got here. This keeps the, I found out upstairs I hardly get mealybug, and the area where I have this plant or similar Plectanthros, there's different types of Plectanthros, they are actually warding off the insects. The mealybug gnats as well don't seem to like them. So I find that there's no gnats venturing in that section as well over there. And this, so many things, I could just go on and on and on. And this one also is harvested last winter, before winter, May, and I was growing it outside. This is my Papa's Rose. It would not grow roots. So I brought them in here, and the minute I brought it in here, within a week, look, the roots is coming out. You can see those roots there. I don't want to pull her out because she's growing. But this is my crested Papa's Rose. This is from the stock of my oldest Papa's Rose or Puppy's Rose. Anyway, all these plants I brought in here because I want to cross-pollinate them. I want to grow them so that way I can have more plants next year, and hopefully I can do some giveaways. Okay, don't hold your breath because you're all going to get excited. She's going to do giveaways. Yes, that's what I'm planning. So in some places that I can't give away plants or send plants away, I'm trying to grow seeds. So this is the purpose of all the seeds growing. And so please don't ask me if I sell them, because I don't. At the moment, I don't sell them. Eventually I will when I have enough, but at the moment I don't. So that's all for now, guys, because this is long enough, and I'm sure you got better things to do than watch my video. And for those of you who are not subscribed to my channel, if you're interested in finding out how to grow your succulents or how to torture them, now I call it torturing because when you torture them, no pain, no gain, I always say. But anyway, so I got distracted now as well. I've repotted, harvested my Crassula pyramidalis, those cute ones. So it's so cute. Like, oh, anyway, yeah. And this one, what are you? Mundas, my Mundas. Yes, there you go. Water and roots. And there's more here. Yes, ready to be planted. So no, it's got, this is just on my seaweed solution. So, oh, that one, oh, there's one root or 2, 3. Anyway, that's all for now, guys. And I have to head chop. Oh, sorry. Oh, I broke it. Look, there's blood. There's blood. I broke it, and now it's drawing blood. They are actually, I didn't know that. That red thing is actually red. There you go. How about that? So sometimes from disaster, you learn something new. So to me, no harm, no knowledge. Sometimes you have to go through things. Oh, this one is drying off, this Romeo. And I see a fluff, okay, white powdery stuff. Now, this is what the tweezer is for. There you go. They start to form. Hang on, we're gonna draw more blood. Yes, there's still, yes, that's mealybug. Look, mealybug blood. Now, I'm just gonna have a check on that one, and if not, there might be some more mealybug. It can't be helped. And then, even as much as you'd like to say that because of lack of air circulation, which reminded me now, see, that's why sometimes it's good when you find mealybug like that. It reminds me, I haven't actually circulated the air. I haven't turned on my fan in here. So it's time to turn on my fan. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you want to find out, I lost my thought over there. And if you are subscribed, thank you so much for watching, guys. And I will see you on the next video. Oh yes, a lot of you as well, I've heard, even from my friends, are having difficulty growing lovely rose. And this is the new batch of lovely rose as well. It's sort of curled up as well, but then I just put it on top. It's just sitting on top, most of them. So this is from my last harvest, and these ones here are from last year's growth. What are you? Different types of plant. You got Sagittarius, you've got Apache Magic. I call it Apache Magic. That in one of the videos, this is Californica. There's California Queen, and this one is just Californica. So all these different names. And anyway, so I've got variegated subsicilius leaves growing in there, and my Cante leaves. I'm so looking forward for my Cante leaves to grow. Hope you grow. It's going to take 8 months to germinate, but it doesn't matter. I've got patience. Unless I become a patient, then I can't grow any more succulent, but who knows, I might still find ways to grow succulents. And this is now variegated PVN leaf grown. This is from my leaf grown mummy. So I only ever had one PVN West Rainbow. That's it. Kept forgetting the name. So anyway, guys, that's all for now. And you get to see all my mess. Echeveria mini bell yellow variegate. That's actually Marcus Mayalin. And avant-garde. I got 3 leaves so far. And the rest is, ooh, look. My Black Prince is throwing off different looks again. See, look at that. They're just sitting on top. So when you grow leaves, don't put it on the soil. Just leave it on sand. I've got some sand here, and they're just sitting on top. So that's all for now. I will see you on the next video. What are you? Oh, belladonna that I chopped off. There's another video coming up with these ones anyway as well. Now that one is Roma. And that's a silk variegated Subcarimbosa LAU 026. And red banana over here, and accolade. I don't even know how I remember all these names, but that one's got candy color label on it. This one I thought was a subsicilius. As it turned out, it's actually PVN or West Rainbow leaf that I've grown from. And my Etna is here, and it's now almost gonna surpass the size of the pot. Debbie over here, I've got given leaf propagation of Echeveria titovans variegata. Whether it's going to variegate or not, who knows. That's all for now, folks. And that's all for now. And I'll see you in the next video. Oh, look how many babies I've got with my Subsicilius variegata. So exciting. One plant. All you need is one plant. So maybe expensive. They're not actually that expensive. They're quite cheap. And also more leaves. Oh my goodness, my Mungardnias is growing. Look. Okay. Bye guys. I'll see you. I'll update you on the next video as to the happenings of all these plants here. Another Plectanthus. There you go. Oh, rooting. Yes. I can plant you now. Yes. Just plain water.